And we're back, like 2 hours later. Probably not going to be winning any timing on this run, but that's okay. I think we got a real chance to at least get an okay score. Round table is over, and I'm good to go. So it's all question marks. Let's begin. I don't know if I should try to get as many or as few of the like nodes as possible. We do have Snecko Eye, by the way, right now, which is amazing. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm getting myself back in the swing of things. Let's start with an armaments to upgrade everything and give us some block. Then we're gonna disarm the Christ out of this guy. Surely we want to fit in a bash and a bouncing flask. And then our choice becomes defend Searing Blow or just shrug it off. And I think we definitely want to defend Searing Blow, which will deal 24 damage and also give us enough block. So we have enough high damage cards and enough, or high energy cards and enough energy per turn in order to actually take advantage of the fact, I think, that we have confusion. And Battle Trance, you know, it should give us an advantage in that area as well. Although this burn is annoying. So we need to try to get to 12 block if possible. And I don't see it happening. Reaper is almost not worth playing unless we can get a kill with it. So let's start with the obvious stuff. We definitely want to play a 1 energy strike. I need to do 30 damage to kill you. I can deal 15 and 7. And then 7. 15, 7, 7 is not going to be enough to get the job done. If I Bouncing Flask, you're going to be at 23, and then I need to find a way to deal 18 damage to you, which I cannot do. Unfortunately, the real problem is that our defends also still kind of suck. So I think we Cleave and Iron Wave. We still take 5 damage. We're actually going to take 7 because we took the 2 from the burn. But this guy's definitely dead next turn. And we are fighting the Timekeeper. The Timekeeper is not bad to fight because we don't have a combo-based deck right now. You're dead. I think we could actually win this daily. I really genuinely do. Give me another Clash. They haven't worked out amazingly so far, but the more of them we get, the stronger they become. You're still work in progress art, huh? Okay. Start with the Shrug It Off. Okay, this is good. We can play Defend Armaments Clash. And Armaments is really good to play because it's going to make Searing Blow better. Clash only does 18 damage, which makes me very upset. So here's how we're going to... I hate to do it like this, but here's how we're going to do it. It sucks, but we can at least get a Bouncing Flask out of it. Oh, no, we can't play Clash because we have... Yeah, I'm stupid. We have Bouncing Flask, so I'm dumb. All right, so I'm just going to hit you. That was really dumb of me to not realize that Bouncing Flask is a skill, obviously. Alright, that's alright. Get back into the swing of things. I don't like when they hit me because they do add that burn that makes life harder. Clash for 1 is free. Because of the... Or sorry, Cleave for 1 is free because of the fact that we have Gremlin Horn. So let's start there. We drew a 1 energy Battle Trance. Oh, you're so close to being free. To do what you want. Any old time. Let's start with Battle Trance. Dude, I love a 0 energy Bouncing Flask, but I want all of it to land on this guy. So I'm actually going to use Reaper, even though it's a little bit suboptimal there. And I'm going to kill you for free while getting some block out of it. Now, we don't get any card draw, but we get an energy refund. We can't play both Clashes. So first off, get this guy out here. I think I would like to lower your strength for 1. And then it would be defend, clash. We end up taking 3 damage, but we did a bunch of damage and also applied 12 poison. So I would describe this as being a pretty great turn, I think. Unfortunately, we will not be able to play a clash as a result of our burn. We should have bashed first. Okay, we are making a few pretty stupid mistakes. I'll just level with you. Gotta slow down. It's a common problem in my life. We gotta slow ourselves. You sit yourself down? No. You slow yourself down. Using armaments here. Now we got a 21 damage, which is actually a 31 damage attack here. And you're gonna disappear. Wonderful. I think we could take advantage of a pommel. Even though we probably want to remember that we're taking cheaper cards is for the best. Ooh, Sundial. Every 3 times you shuffle your deck, gain some energy. And we blocked the curse because of Oma Mori. A shop. So I don't love any of the cards. I think we should buy a relic. Tori is really, really good. Kunai is really, really good. With 4, I think I'm going to take Kunai, and we'll try to go for absolute block. And I'm going to save my money because we might only get one other chance to remove a curse. So it might be not ideal, but we'll see. We are going to be playing many attacks per turn in a variety of situations. So I think that this is okay. I want you to lose some strength. You're going to do 13 damage. We're providing 0 block. We're not playing a 3 energy clash. That's just too expensive. So we'll bash. We'll strike. And we'll clash. And you're going to hit me for 13, which sucks really badly. But you're actually really only hitting me for 8, and we still have a Reaper in the deck. So Reaper in the deck. Reaper in the deck. You remember that classic little song. Honestly, I think this is our best play right here. Take 0 damage, do a bunch of damage via the Vulnerable Clash. You might remember them as the worst Clash cover band. They had that classic song, Train in Vain. Said you stand by your Dan. He won, big brother, don't you understand? We got a 0 energy. We can't play our Clash anymore. The Clash is gone. So we could pommel for card draw, but I kind of like the idea of weakening him and doing some damage while he's still vulnerable. We're not going to get to any more attacks, unfortunately. I guess we could have pommeled to try to get Kunai to work, but this guy should be dead maybe next turn. We need to do 22 damage. That's already 12. So 22 is not hard here. It's so not hard, I don't even have to worry about order. But we would like to block or just kill him directly. Otherwise, we're going to take 10 when the turn ends. So now he's dead and we're fine. We don't even need to do anything. We might as well just throw something else in there. Because we had constricted on ourselves, but he's dead. Constrict yourself! I don't know. I think we could do with another armaments. I know earlier we said we didn't need one and we should probably focus on more expensive cards, but it's working right now. It seems like kind of a waste, honestly. I think I'd rather upgrade a bash so it makes people more vulnerable, or upgrade disarm, makes enemies lose more strength. Probably a good defensive measure for us here. We're about a third of the way through the floor so far, and it's going all right now. I can't stress enough. I'm not trying to put too much pressure on myself, but if we could not lose our first daily, I'd be over the moon. Give me an army. No army. So we'll definitely play defend. We'll definitely play a 0 energy strike, which we can then do Iron Wave for free. I'm going to pommel you to kill you, which will also give us Gremlin Horn action. It is expensive, but we get card draw as well. And we got decks up. We don't get extra card draw, of course. Anyway, we still wanted to kill an enemy, because now we can play Bouncing Flasks, and they're more likely to land on a unit that's relevant instead of a unit that's already destined to die. This is okay. He's going to die next turn, and we'll get Gremlin Horn action out of it. And you're going to have, something like 50, well, way more than 50 damage of poison now that I think about it. You're going to have, like, over 100 damage of poison. Lifetime, but still. Oh, the sneeze is real. So, I told you. Don't ever say I didn't tell you. We have to play Armaments Defend in order to play either of our clashes, which is clearly not going to happen. This guy, he's not even going to get to attack, so I'm not sure we need to Gremlin Horn him. Although it might not be the worst idea. I'm thinking... Okay, let's start with an Armaments. Searing Blow does 16 damage, which is less than I wanted, I'll admit, but... Nothing is free anymore. Well, actually, Searing Blow is free, as stupid as it sounds. And it gives us Gremlin Horn action, which we can then pivot. And this is stupid that this worked for us, but I'm, like, unbelievably stoked. We can't play our Clash, obviously. I wish we could, but instead we're going to take 16 damage, and we're going to get debuffed, which is pretty bad, but we got a bad roll, in my opinion, on Snecko Eye, and we came through it still being ahead. Clash is unplayable here. The Snecko Eye has really put a dent in this Clash deck, but it might be for the best, like, long term. So, we are going to start... Well, let's look at our lines. We can really just, like, bash cleave. We can armaments bash cleave, which is a strictly better version of that play. Or we could strike... Armaments strike cleave? I think armaments bash cleave is our best line. It's not a lot of damage, but it applies some extra vulnerability. A perfect draw could give us 61 damage, although I think it's very unlikely. It'd be really nice to weaken you. Let's start with armaments. Is that an armaments Searing Blow? It's not free, but it only costs 1 because of Gremlin Horn. We didn't get what we needed. We can play a defend, which will give us 10 block. That's actually really good. And if we follow that up with the Reaper, 7 extra healing, we're going to take 5 damage. I think we mostly, like, broke even on that exchange. Except he lost HP, so we're getting close. He's getting closer to death. On this turn, like, you definitely want to strike. Yeah, Clash sucks now. I think a 1 energy Bouncing Flask, that's 1 energy 12 damage. And then a 2 energy Bouncing Flask. He's definitely dead next turn, so, like, there's nothing wrong with this. If there's no other way to kill him this turn, he's dead next turn. Except he did heal for a bunch, but we only need to hit him for 8, which is nothing. Okay, well, now we need to put up enough block to save ourselves, but sure. Oh, there you go. We did it. 20 block will work, yeah. Alright, still kind of cruising here. Hemokinesis is kind of tempting, but I think I'm learning... Let's take it slow and only add expensive cards to our deck at this point. Expensive good cards. Alright, this is the card matching game. Regret. Metallicize. Bash, Thunderclap. I would take another Bash. Bludgeon. I would love another Bludgeon. I don't care about Thunderclap. I don't really care about Metallicize either. Give me Bludgeon. Absolutely. We win. That is our permanent, perfect win condition on that encounter. Gambling Chip is incredible, and Omamori is now exhausted, but we don't have any curses to remove. So if we don't get any other curses, life's good as far as I'm concerned. So, turn 1, I think we keep a 0 energy armaments. I love this right now. Okay, well, play it. Play it. Play it. I don't think I can kill one of you, which means I'm going to take a heck of a lot of damage here. Well, no, I already got 18 block. I'm only going to take 7 damage. 9, that's 18, plus 18, 36 damage, plus 21, 57 damage. Oh, plus the extra dex. Not a bad first turn. Oh, good, a 3 energy bludgeon. Which is what I've always wanted. I think we'll take our regen potion and try to get some value out of it here. And I do think a 1 energy Bouncing Flask is our best card. That's fine. I can absolutely live with that. Let's look at our remaining line. Gain 6 block. Still leads to us taking 20 damage. Or do 32 damage. Oh, you're 1 away from death. You're 1 away from death. We could bash. I still think it's best. And I had to do it before my brain was like, don't do it, because we have to make sure this guy dies next turn, and I think Bludgeon was the only reliable way to do that. Plus, it's going to cost us 0 energy to kill him next turn, which is even better. So now we can just focus on one remaining enemy. Every enemy at this point adds burns to our decks, apparently. 3 energy battle trance. Are you out of your mind? Start with a pommel, which is quite cheap here. Clothesline saves us 6 block times 3 turns. So I think a clothesline defend is about as good as it gets here. We can't play disarm defend. Iron Wave is not that good. Actually, I'm an idiot. We can't play clothesline defend. Clothesline is still the best card here. It took 6 damage off, which is what a defend would have given us, and then we got no other options. So we're gonna take 12, which is really bad, obviously. But we're still in here slugging it out. This is more of the kind of turn we're looking for. We want an armaments for free, a defend for free. We should disarm you. This is kind of like a free turn. So I think what we really do, we probably want to bash strike, even though that leaves us with 1 leftover energy. We could battle trance, but then maybe we could play clash. It's like not very likely. So I think instead we just go for the sure thing. Optimistically, I think we probably got you next turn. All I need to do is draw Bludgeon. Mind you, we have 25 cards in our draw pile, but... Okay, this is not what we wanted, but we can still clothesline. 14 damage. And then... Bouncing Flask. At first it looked like defend was the best play, but this kills him. Although we still take a lot of damage to the burns. It takes 6. Alright, we need to heal. At the start of boss combats, heal 25. That's useful if we ever get there. I think we can totally add a Carnage to this deck. Campfire? Not a campfire. Extremely not a campfire. Okay, 0 energy Bouncing Flask, exactly what we want. Get rid of these clashes, unfortunately. Keep Clothesline, I think. Something like this. Okay, so first, Bludgeon the Repulsor. Free Gremlin Horn. Oh! I love it. Pardon me. Poison is our best friend against Thorny Boys. So we'll play a defend. And let's look at how much damage we have. 18, 24, 36, 50 damage. I want to do 19 damage to you. Why is that number so difficult to hit? 19 damage to you looks like this. Clothesline, strike. We only overshot it by 1 there. Now, we don't have enough damage to play Clash anymore, but we'll deal 12 damage, probably to the unit most likely to explode. And I would consider this a pretty okay first turn here. Certainly not out of the woods. Shrug it off for free. I love you. Defend for free. I love you. This kills you. So, now we decide what we do with the Thorn Lord. Reaper will heal us for 8. No, it'll heal us for 10, and then we'll take 3, but still not take any damage. So I think that's our play. It also gave us the dex, but... So how do you kill this guy? You want poison. You want block and poison. That's the way you get through this. Please continue to not do any damage. Dude, I'm gonna be real with you. I think this is how you play it. He's not dead next turn, but we have to do 2 damage to him. So we don't even strike here, because why would we want to take damage over top, right? Just end turn. 1 Bouncing Flask kills him, or anything that provides us with up to 8 block and then like 3 damage total. Bouncing Flask just kills him. It's the most stylish way to get the job done. Although I just realized that I'm stupid, And the way that they've structured this enemy now is that even when he dies, he does thorns damage. So we got lucky that we could put up 7 block. Oh, they haven't pushed it to the beta branch maybe yet? Or maybe it's only if it's poison that kills them that it doesn't do that? Something like that. We don't need this stuff. It's too cheap, really. Okay, heals, please. Let's go. We're back to 80 life. And I can see the surface. Take a strike, man. That's beautiful. I don't know what it says about me that I'm more successful on a run in which I got no ability to see where I'm going. Keep that defend. Get rid of these. Keep Carnage as well, because it's for 1 energy, it's pretty cheap. Wow, this is bad. Certainly. You know what? I think we just poison one of these guys. If we armaments, we can't Carnage and we'll lose it forever, but we'll get 2 clashes. But 2 clashes. 2 clashes is worth a lot. Yeah. It also upgrades Searing Blow. I'm sorry, Carnage. We shouldn't have done that, perhaps, but... And I know you're looking at... Oh, that Clash is 3... For some reason in my brain, I still look at Clash and I go, it's 0 energy. Even if it's got a big 3 in the top left corner. Like, my brain is half broken in this fundamental capacity. Another pretty bad turn for us here, but I think we start with the Shrug It Off. Let's do the math. Shrug It Off, 8 block. Pommel, we get card draw, we put this guy close, and then I think you see what you get off Pommel. Okay, so that's my version of doing the math. We pommeled. We should Battle Trance, I think, for free. And we get a free defend, which is lovely. And now we have 2 energy to play with and no 1 energy cards. So it really is quite simple. Do we want Cleave? I don't think so. Too dangerous. I think we want Bouncing Flask and then to hope for the best. I would say that that is an okay interaction with Bouncing Flask. This guy is now dead before he does anything else. Well, he'll buff his thorns, but that's okay. We don't need to focus on him at all anymore. And we got very lucky. We managed to avoid taking 10 damage from the Blob Lord, but he's frailed us, so he's got the advantage. Okay, 6 energy this turn. We need armaments. And we probably want to disarm this guy. The downside is he's gonna block it. We need to defend anyway. And we still need to disarm in order to play these 2 0 energy clashes. I think he might as well still just burn off one of his penalties there, unfortunately. And you know what? I think it's actually pretty simple. I think you bash, burn off the other one, and then throw out 2 clashes. I know we'll take 10 damage as a result of the 2 clashes, which will lead to us taking 20 overall, but this guy, he's got to go. We got to kill him at some point. Ideally, more Bouncing Flasks, but 1 energy Bouncing Flask is kind of tempting. We'd rather land it on the Blob Lord, if possible, but can we get enough block to not feel like we screwed up against this guy? Like red, oh, this only does unblock damage, so we gotta be careful. Okay, I think we do it like this. I'm gonna accept that we're gonna take some damage as a result of this. I call this the, you know, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs sort of scenario. We have 5 energy, so we start Bouncing Flask, that's 12 poison on you. I love it. A 0 energy armaments. Shrug It Off is card draw, plus we take no damage. Exquisite. Reaper sucks. It really does. It's bad here. So, I mean, we could throw out Defends, but Defends are kind of terrible right now. We could Strike, but that's no good. He's got 55 block. I think we Battle Trance and hope for some 0 energy cards. And we got a 0 energy Bludgeon, which is actually, like, as good as you possibly could have hoped for. We could Reaper. It's not worth using. We could use it to heal later. This guy's dead next turn anyway. We're not going to get through his block. It's just not, it's not a doable thing. So we might as well just end turn. That went fine. I genuinely believe that that went fine. It should be a rest. We already heal 25. I think it's worth upgrading a card instead of saving 2 HP. And I could come to regret that. Let's upgrade Carnage, though. Either Carnage or Bludgeon was the ideal choice, I think. Alright, Time Lord. The time has come. And you are the Lord of Times, so let's see if this is the time for... Okay, you get the idea. Well, we know for a fact we're going to Carnage him, so we're probably going to bash him first as well. Then we'll Carnage. The question becomes, do we Armaments? If we were going to Armaments, we should have done it earlier. Or do we Pommel? I think we Pommel because we want aggression on turn 1. And then we Cleave. And then we Strike. We don't play Defend because we've got a good setup here. And I think, you know what? Drink your Ancient Potion. Buy yourself, like, 1 turn without a debuff. What's your block? 20. Okay, so this is a great turn for us to... We avoided Frailty, I think. It's a great turn for Bouncing Flask, which is exactly what we got. So, throw that out there. And it's also... I mean, Weakness is always good, but we probably... Let's start with a Shrug It Off. Still got room to play around with. We'd probably like to disarm him forever. But Bludgeon... It's maybe... You're gonna... It's worth it. It's 16 damage. Throw that out there, but maybe throw an Armaments out first. Then Bludgeon him. Your choice is basically take no damage. Our next turn is gonna suck, though. Enemy loses 3 strength. So he's gonna deal 12 damage. Yeah, permanent disarm is the best option. Okay. I wish I could play more cards. I really do. Dude, I think we're gonna win this daily. I'm a little worried because the time to start the daily is rolled over, but maybe it'll still count. I hope so. So again, we love Bouncing Flask. And then we only have 1 other card to choose from, so we should really choose whatever does the most damage. And at this point, I'm pretty sure it's just Searing Blow. Like, Battle Trance just ends the turn, so we might as well hit him. It's a really good start so far. We could draw Bouncing Flask as soon as this next turn. So, 37 damage. That's kind of a lot, in case you didn't know that. It's a lot of damage. We're going to Armaments. We're going to Defend. These clashes kind of suck. So I'm going to Pommel first. Oh, we got Carnage for free. What a world. It's only going to do 6 damage, but if you don't play it, it is busted, right? So, 3 damage is worth so little. I think we go for 9 block instead. And he is still debuffing us, which is a bummer, but... We blocked all but 13 damage. While frail. Well, not frail, but vulnerable, which is pretty good. We're no longer weak. Okay. You start Armaments, I think. Probably... Well, you know what? Let's do a Battle Trance first for free. It worked out. This is so good. So he's crazy poisoned again. You definitely want to bludgeon him. You might want to bash him first. Yeah, it works. 9. Bludgeon. Just disgusting. 63 damage. And you've got 2 other cards. One of them should be Searing Blow. And then the other one, probably Defend. But a Cleave is not necessarily bad. But why not choose to take... Well, we're going to take 8 damage because we gave him extra strength, but... Alright, so he's buffing himself again, but we got good draw. Bouncing Flask is like our dream play here. It's revolutionized our Ironclad play, especially when we get it for 1. We'll Shrug, and we got the benefit from Sundial. I think we'll Defend, and then we'll play a cheap Clash, free Clash, and then we'll play a free Clothesline. Then we'll play Reaper and heal quite nicely. And you know what? I think we should smack him. Even though it takes us to 7 cards, all we need to do is draw a Bludgeon, and he's literally dead. We're gonna win. No! I'm actually shaking. Okay. So Pommel because the other cards suck. Dude. I think we have to Bouncing Flask. We're gonna have a terrible turn in a little bit here. What's our... Defend is 11. Dude, toss it out there. That's good. He was one turn away from oblivion. Okay, we only get to play 2 cards this turn. I think we gotta tank 24 damage on the chin. And we say, give him the bouncing flask, which is really like what puts him on a timer. And smack him. You know you're gonna take a lot more damage because you just gave him a strength bonus, but... Okay, he's blocking. This is our turn. That's a bad bludgeon. Well, I look at this, and I think to myself, what a terrible world. Bludgeon is still 42 damage. Like, Bludgeon Clothesline is probably our best option. It also only uses 2 cards, which is lovely for us for our next turn. So 20 block is obviously horrendous. And now I'm looking at, and we're going to die. We are going to die. Yeah, we're done. There's one way out that I can think of. And it's kind of ridiculous. Like, I could, okay, if you want to play it through. We could Bouncing Flask twice. That'll apply 24 poison. He'll be at 40-something poison. We still need to do like 50-ish damage. So the only way to survive is actually via blocking. Armaments gets us close, but it doesn't take us there, so we actually can't play it. Because then it takes us out of it. All we can do is pommel and hope to draw. 2 defends would do it. A battle trance into more defends would be even better. We can't play our other defend, unfortunately. So this is literally going to lethal us. And we were so close to actually surviving. But I gotta be real with you, I don't feel bad about today's daily. We probably missed an opportunity to pull it out. We're not literally lethal, we're one beyond literally lethal. Ah! So close. Great run, I had a lot of fun. Our score is 506. I don't know, where did we stand on the leaderboards there? Is there not a daily run history? Play daily challenge? What about yesterday's? Yesterday's daily. Anyway, I still feel okay about that. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. I'll set a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.